A pleasant good afternoon, everyone, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the State Equine Arena here at the Farmshow Complex. John Wilsbach with you. A major arena soccer league. Proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer here on MASL TV. These two teams meeting again today. It's the Harrisburg Heat hosting the Kansas City Comets. The Comets last night with a 6-4 victory. The Heat, slow start, but came on strong late, but unable to get back in that match. And Kansas City was able to hold on for the victory last night. 12-1-2, the Comets record. They remain in third place in the MASL because San Diego knocked off Milwaukee 5-3 last night. So Kansas City still a point behind San Diego in the standings. The Heat now on a 7-game losing streak. They have slipped to 2-12-1. The Harrisburg Heat looking to break that bad streak here in this one before they head back onto the road. The Kansas City Comets are wearing the visiting red uniforms tonight. And the Harrisburg Heat will go with the white with the black and orange trim. The Harrisburg Heat come in with two scores on top of their records. Tavernisi and Mike DeSilva. Joey Tavernisi, 21 points. Mike DeSilva, 21 points. Kansas City, led by Rion Marquez. He's got 20 goals, 19 assists, 39 points for him. What a season he is having thus far. Ejimadu got the victory in net last night for Kansas City. They've got a great goalkeeping tandem because it's Neto out there tonight. Now, Neto did see a little action briefly yesterday in that game on a shootout. The Harrisburg Heat will be going with Panton, Francis, De Silva, Dos Santos, and I believe that's Perry there on the back line. Yes. And they'll be going from our right to left. Kansas City will start things off. The only other games going on today in the MASL, Baltimore and Tacoma. And Utica City leading Chihuahua 9-5 in the third. That's after an embarrassing 19-5 loss last night. Utica City responding today. We start things off, and Hugo starting in net again for the Harrisburg Heat. Hugo Silva had a goal last night. He were kind of in a funk offensively, and Hugo thought, you know what, I'm going to take it up. I'll blast one. It got deflected into the net. And the Heat started responding after that offensively, but just not enough. So Neto versus Hugo in net. Neto's going to send it all the way down to the near side, trying to get it to Reggett. He's along the boards. What a night Reggett had last night. The hat trick. Near side is Palmer. He'll work against Perry. Perry able to win the ball from him. Perry's got room to run down the right side. Pulls the trigger and a kick saved by Neto. Headed back up to Francis. Over to Kerstetter on the far side. He'll lose it along the boards. Palmer comes up with it. We're just underway here in Harrisburg. All set one way, and Perry will head it the other way. Avila trying to get to it. Now Panton getting it back to Mike DeSilva, near side Kerstetter. Harris out there, Favilla. Getting a lot of pressure from behind. No foul called. Wow. Because Kazim looked like he was going to start breaking free. Got a little yank on him. And there is your challenge flag. Yep, they're going to review this one. Kazim looked like he was going to break free down that near side, right around the yellow line. Kind of got yanked. And the officials will check it out now. A very early. So we have no replay going on right now. They've got a video issue. And the officials are going to be unable to make that call. So that's actually going to work in favor of the Harrisburg Heat with no video replay available on that one. A technical issue going on. A foul on the Heat, but they will not get a video replay here, and that will work for Harrisburg's benefit for once. So teams will remain at equal strength. And they'll restart it in the midfield. Well, they'll get it up to Regato on the far side. Pushing foul there against the Heat. Restart coming up along the near side. Lennis with it. Shearer, who played last night, is a scratch for this game for the Heat. Harrisburg starting Jackson Betcher in his place. Restart coming up here for Kansas City. They'll play it over onto the far side. All got deflected wide into the corner. By the way, because that replay wasn't available, Kansas City will keep its challenge flag. Ball sent down the middle. Hugo grabs on. Hugo's going to put it on the carpet for Anthony Wright. Hugo sends it up the far boards, getting it to Uri. Uri taps it behind him to Wright. He'll play it to the near side. It's a giveaway. Luckily, Dos Santos was already back. Andreas was able to briefly get on it. Here comes Francis. You've got to tighten up those passes. Nice job in the midfield by Uri to keep possession through traffic. Get it down to Mike Da Silva. Dos Santos, near side, Favilla. He'll step in, he'll move to the wing off the boards, goes to the middle, kick back out though by Neto. Still loose in the middle, Perry going for it, has it knocked over onto the near side. Costa sending it up the boards, and Dos Santos comes up with it. Ball gets dumped down into the corner. And now it's Vandegrift bringing it out. Chad Vandegrift leading the league with 49 blocks coming into this game. Solid defender in the back. Back there now with Palmer. Vandegrift. Up along the far boards in midfield. Marquez taking it down the right side. Double teamed. Got that right hand wrapped up. There's Vandegrift down in the corner trying to make something happen. Marquez has it knocked away. It's like a pinball machine down there right now. And he's still trying to get it out. Great job by Mike Da Silva guarding it and able to get everybody freed up. It's Still loose along the near side, Pereira. Double teamed along the boards. We'll get the foul whistled against the Heat. Palmer will restart things. Out of midfield, Nacho. At center circle. Setting it down for Reggett around the boards. Cleared back out. Nacho again trying to send it forward, but there's an Ang to block it out of play. No score here in the first. John Wilsbach with you from the Farmshow Arena, Equine Arena. At midfield, ball dumped down. Along the near side, they'll work it. It's going to be Kazim. Reggett, heel kicks it behind him. Shot on that right side by Nacho, and Anang comes up with it, gets it out for Francis. He goes down, and they'll call the foul at center circle. So the restart coming up here for the Harrisburg Heat at midfield. Quickly, they'll restart to Tavernisi down into the corner. Betcher on it there. Perry working it. Dominic Francis. Back the other way come the Comets. Down along the near side. Trying to work it in. Heat doing a nice job at keeping it out. Kazim again, near boards. Trying to get through traffic. Camino clears it out. Marquez trying to center it. Busted up there by Francis getting back. Amino trying to get it out. Kept alive by Marquez. Now it's cleared out of midfield by Perry. Yuri up to Perry along the near side. Down for Yuri. It's a 1-against-4. He just tries to maintain possession and waits for a little help as the Heat were changing up. Favilla. Back for Dos Santos. Over to Hugo. He'll dump it all the way down on Neto. Neto slings it out to the far side. Reggett there on it. He'll play it back behind him. Lennis. Over on the far side to Reggett. No score midway through this first. Neto on it. All dumped down by Pereira. Sent the other way. 3-line violation. Miter is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Miter is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at miter.com. MITRE.com. Restart here and a shot up and out of play by Acosta. Will step out. 7:14 to go in the first. No score. Harrisburg and Kansas City. This is MASL Soccer on YouTube.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order. the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more at MASLsoccer.com. And Ort Signs is the official sign sponsor of the Harrisburg Heat. Our good buddy Rod Ort, he is here every game. In fact, saw Rod here a little while ago, shot wide there. Rod has worked with the Harrisburg Heat, the original franchise, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, and then again when they came back after 2012. Restart here for Kansas City, a new score in this game. Down the near side. Ball sent around, and Marquez. Hugo grabs on. Hugo long throw, headed the other way. Dirtle sending it forward, but Favilla comes up with it. Here's Betcher, back for Kerstetter. Near side, Anthony Wright. Back over to Kerstetter, sending it down for Mike De Silva, but Neto is there to grab on. Mentioned earlier about a great goalkeeping tandem here in Kansas City. As that shot goes wide, a follow-up gets blocked by Perry. Harrisburg Heat had a great goaltending tandem back in the middle 90s. In Scoop Stanisiak and Doug Petras. Along the near boards. Reggett playing it back in midfield to Holloman. Sent down the far side. Kazim works near the top. Kazim gets free and pops it up and out of play. Well, for 32 years, Friedmont has been an industry leader in service and education. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Choose wisely and call Friedmont. Friedmont's growing. If you're a branch, team, or individual looking for a better opportunity, you can email info@friedmont.com. NMLS 2893. Hugo to restart things. He'll fire it down the near side. Tavernisi heading it down. Neto sends it back out. Sent back down, and Nang trying to head it toward the middle for Tavernisi, but intercepted, and Palmer able to get it out. They'll send it down the far side, but takes that high bounce. Just a little bit too far in front of Acosta. That'll be a kick in for the Heat. Restart coming up for Dominic Francis. Had a couple goals last night. Neto up along the near boards. With no San Diego game today, Kansas City has a chance to move into second place in the standings. We'll check that Chihuahua score here soon. Looks like they were going to lose to Utica City. Here's a shot, Hugo. Nice save. Betcher playing it back to Kerstetter. All comes out to the left point. Now on the left side it goes to Acosta. Onto the near side, Lennis. Acosta. Marquez, left point. Back out of midfield it goes, Pino. Pino at center circle. Comets, good foot skills. Just maintaining possession in a scoreless first quarter. They'll dump it down for Marquez, poked out by Dominic Francis. It'll be a restart at the top of the arc here for the Comets. Rayon Marquez, one of the scoring leaders in the MASL this season. Restart here. Nacho gets out of the way and a blast by Reggett just wide left. Comes all the way out of midfield and Neto has it. He'll dump it down into the corner, high bounce. White will head it to the side and Reggett's on it again. Reggett sends it out of midfield, back along the boards, and they weren't expecting Marquez to send it in that close on Hugo, but he had to fall to his left and grab on. Great job in the midfield there by Nacho, knocking it one way, and he trying to keep it alive. White steps up and gets control for Harrisburg and moves in. He'll move down to the right wing boards, tries a spin move, but it's busted up. Comes back out of midfield, Marquez and Kerstetter tango up, and they'll call that foul on Marquez. No score, 2:54 to go here in the first. So Neto restarting things outside that yellow, going closer and closer to midfield, sending it down for Zach Reggett again. In the corner man on his back is Yuri. Make that Camino. Now Vandegrift. Ramirez looks to step in against Favilla. Far side, Vandegrift. Reggett with a heel kick into the corner. Favilla trying to clear it out, does. There'll be a kick in coming up here for Kansas City at the top of the arc. So another restart opportunity here with three-man wall setting up. Dos Santos spread apart on the one side, Perry on the other. Reggett plays it to the corner and it gets deflected around. Looked like Hugo touched it last. Comets have it again, creating opportunities. Last score we had, fourth quarter, Utica City leading Chihuahua 9-6. Loose ball on the far side. Kazim over there on it. Midfield. Camino getting wiped out. Just a foul. Comets have outshot Harrisburg 6-2 thus far. Kerstetter playing it down on Neto. He kicked it out. Restart coming up at the top of the arc. He was just outside the box. And Joey Tavernese will come on. He'll put De Silva to his right side. He'll go into the corner to Francis. Shot gets deflected around. And the Comets look to bring it back out. They'll rush it down the near side. Malcolm Harris getting on it first. Double teamed. Able to get through traffic, especially that of Andreas. Near side, Francis. Down for Harris at the right point. Midfield, Tavernese. We're going to get a bench warning. I'm not sure what the call is on that yellow bench violation. Someone's yapping too much over there, I think. Not too happy with something from the officials. So sounds like it may have gone against Pat Healy. They're calling it dissent. No power play. It will be the possession, though, of Kansas City. And they restarted too soon. Well, the Heat bench a little livid right now. All right, near side. Acosta. Played down for Reggett. In the corner around the boards goes the opposite side. Anang knocking it loose. Hugo coming over to help out. But Kansas City keeps it alive with 42 seconds to go here in the first. In a scoreless game. Pino. Center circle. Acosta. Reggett and Acosta. They'll knock it around. Anthony Wright comes up with it. Gets it out for Ozzie Anang. Sending it down off the heel of Francis, who wasn't aware that it was coming his way. Move it in right side. A shot, a save by Hugo. And then one blasted up and out of play with 6 seconds to play here in the first. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products, uniquely suited, help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more, try yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com as we end this first quarter in a scoreless one. No score, Harrisburg and Kansas City. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at fremontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
All right. Welcome back. John Wilsbach with you. No score here after one. Well, Frank's Marble and Granite, longtime Heat supporter. With over 30 years helping people improve their homes with granite, quartz, and marble, no other company can match your service quality or reputation. Everything's done here in Pennsylvania, too. It's Frank's Marble and Granite, the best in the biz. Pre-game or any time's a great time for the Millworks, just minutes away from the arena in Midtown Harrisburg. Custom craft beers, art gallery, amazing food. It's the Millworks Restaurant and Brewery. Just talking moments ago here off mic with longtime indoor player Bill Betcher. Looks to join us possibly here at halftime. Talk about some of those old battles in the 90s between Harrisburg and Kansas City. So stick around for that. Betcher's son, Jackson Betcher, didn't play last night, but playing in this one here for Harrisburg as they are going from our right to left here in the second quarter. Dumped down for Dos Santos, but it's cleared back out, and Dominic Francis runs it down and gets it back. Ball played down the far side for Panson. Reggett back on it. Neto trying to send it out, had to come back for it after it hit off the side of the referee. By the way, if you were wondering, they did get the video replay back up for the officials, if needed, for the rest of this game. Here's a steal. Francis plays it to the right side, but just a little too far for Panton. Now he gets it back, gets pushed off the play. It'll be a foul against Kansas City. A little high on that push in the face of Francis, but they'll only get a foul off of it. Tavernisi is out there. He'll send it around the boards, and it's blocked to the side by Vandegrift. Out of midfield, Harris with a steal and a shot just wide right. Great blast by Harris. De Silva knocks it around, but nobody home out front. Only one there is Dirtle. He'll clear it the other way. Hugo sends it up the middle. Tavernisi, De Silva, now near side Kerstetter. At midfield, a steal. Andreas had no one to get it to. They were looking to get it over on the far side. He thought he had Nacho, and the foul whistled against the Heat as Nacho went down. Fourth quarter score, Utica City leading Chihuahua 10-6. Hugo, long throw, headed out of play by Pino. Kansas City will see Utica City on Saturday at home. Kansas City fans, get your tickets for that one. He with the ball out of midfield. Camino, smooth spin move, working forward. Plays it to the right side. Favilla shot knocked down and out of play by Neto. The Heat are back home on Saturday, March 8th. The Baltimore Blast. Baltimore is playing later today in Tacoma. Here's Tavernisi sending it to the left side. Dos Santos with a shot wide. Francis shanks it wide right. Sent around in front and headed to the side. Here creating chances, that's what you want, but look out. Here comes a 3-on-1. Left side to the right side, hits inside the net, cleared back out. Whew. That one was close. I think Hugo's looking around like, what happened there? How did it stay out of the net? A lot of grabbing in midfield. And finally the officials blow the whistle. Well, grabbing and pushing Marquez and Dominic Francis. Francis has taken a couple shots to the face so far in this game. Hugo comes out. He'll just rip it the other way. no score early here in the second. Heat playing their third game in 4 days. They need to come away with a victory tonight. They want to have any chance of crawling up the standings and trying to get up to that number 8 spot at some point here in the future. The top 8 will go to the playoffs in the MASL. The Heat right now, number 11. And way off the mark, 10 points off the mark from that number 8 spot. Marquez sending it to the right side. Shot blocked in the middle by Dos Santos. And then Uri gets tripped up trying to bring it out. So the restart coming up for the Heat. Restart for Hugo, sending it down along the near boards. Mike De Silva will get it back to Kerstetter. Avila at midfield. Anthony Wright will recollect it. He'll send it one way and send back the other way. Onto the far boards it goes. Andreas. And a foul called on the Heat. 11:03 to go here in the second. No score. Vandegrift. Now it's Lennis. Reggett left side. Chips one just wide. Still loose out front. Reggett gets it again. Crosses it to the right side for Nacho. Now Panton able to clear it out. Little room to run for Favilla. One-on-one shot, kick save by the keeper, Neto, and then he'll get it back. Good hustle there by Lennis, staying on Favilla. Lennis will bring it out. He'll dump it all the way down to Nacho. Panton on him, battling strong, getting a little help from Harris. Comes in and then gets pushed along the boards. It'll be a foul against Kansas City, and Nacho better watch it or he'll be getting pulled for a yellow card here in a moment. All sent out of midfield. Here's Camino across midfield, but lost it. Quick pass up. Andreas, left side off the boards, loose in the middle and a goal. And then we get a late card pulled after that. Acosta and Ramirez down that side. The Heat with the giveaway in midfield. Let's take a look at things here. As Camino lost it, and then down that left side, it got knocked off the boards, and Ramirez was able to finish it off. Time of the goal, 5:05 of the second. So Henry Ramirez with his 4th of the season. And the assist to Andreas. They got Nacho that time for a descent. That's who got the yellow card. He'll sit in the penalty box for 5 minutes. I'm surprised he didn't get one a little earlier. Here's Dos Santos. It's 1-0 Kansas City. Sent one way and sent back out of midfield. Always love those road trips to Kansas City. Long shot there on Neto. Loose on the right side, sent around the boards. Cleared back out. I think I always came back about 5 pounds heavier after going up to Kansas City. Between all the steakhouses and the barbecue places, this one's kicked up by Favilla. Oh, he's had some great eating out there. Come back with a bunch of barbecue sauce bottles in my equipment bag. My good friend Nick Vassos calls the games out there for you folks in Kansas City. Always does a great job. He's been around the league quite a while. With my buddy Tommy in Milwaukee. 1-0 Kansas City. The Comets working it around again midfield. Getting it down for Reggett, working against Camino. Knocks it off the boards, clear to the side by right. Favilla trying to get it out, can't. Reggett has it again. Reggett sends it right near the top and up and out of play. Kazim will blast it. We'll step out. 7:49 to go in the second. 1-0 in favor of Kansas City. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASL iFootball, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASL iFootball to sign up, get started, and play.
Now catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko, joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Harrisburg Heat announced the Heat score 4 promotion again, thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central PA. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, use the code HEAT4 on the next day of papajohns.com or the Papa John's app and save 40% off your entire order. That's the code HEAT and the number 4 for 40%. If you're online, Papa John's order the next day when the Heat score 4. They did that last night in a loss, but at least got that code on. Here's a steal by Francis. He'll move in. He shoots and scores! Dominic Francis came out of nowhere. Just a little soft poke past Neto ties this game at 1. Oh, this is nice. Ball played by Neto on the far side. It was crossed over. Long crossing pass right in front of Neto. You just don't do that, as they were looking to get it back to, I think, Pino, and stepping in front of it was Francis. And able to finish it off. He had 2 last night. Time of the goal, 7:25. Dominic Francis with his 14th of the season. Unassisted. And he didn't even have to blast it past Neto. Just a nice little chippy past him. Comes a restart for the Heat. Tavernisi. Anang. Poked back out. Palmer. Cleared all the way down. Kerstetter brings it out. Kerstetter, one of the local players. He's been around since that 2012-13 season of the Heat. One of the other locals, last year's team captain Danny DePrima, he retired after last season. Missed seeing Danny around the arena here and out there on the field. He was a longtime player outdoor for the City Islanders in Harrisburg and then went indoor with the Heat. Hugo in the corner, trying to head that out of the area, and ball's popping all over the place. There's another shot wide and a couple attempts on that right side by Dirtle. 6:13 to go in the second. They're promoting the halftime Frisbee toss. And believe it or not, last night they had the first ever winner of someone getting it in the exact bullseye circle. Look out, here comes Favilla. He'll pull the trigger wide. Loose ball to the far side. Yuri runs it down, then gets tripped up. It's a foul. Now we're going to get a stoppage of an injured player down at the other end. And that's going to be Holloman. Slow getting up. Let's see what happens here for Villa. Oh, man. That ball just ricocheted off right into his eye. Whew. You get that velocity and it hits those posts and just caroms at you. Sometimes it has even greater speed. Oh, that's going to hurt. He's down there spraying it now with some water. Throw an ice pack on the face. Also, you got to check for concussions after a hit like that. Tied at 1. Here come the Heat. Shot up and out of play by Perry. Heat are on the road in Baltimore and then back home in a couple weeks with Baltimore. You folks in Kansas City get Utica at home next Saturday. Neto sending it down the near side. Vandegrift down for Reggett. He'll turn, little room to move. Down the slot, kick save, loose right side, and a head ball goal. Vandegrift following up down that right side, had it pop out to him. And Chad Vandegrift gets his 5th goal of the season. Time of the goal, 9 minutes and 14 seconds of the second. Reggett down the slot. Hugo made that save, but it popped right over where Vandegrift was, and he finished it off. 2-1 is our score. They give it to Vandegrift, but they did not add Reggett there on the assist. Loose ball right side and a shot by Anang and a save by Neto. 2-1 our score. Restart coming up from the corner. Bill Betcher going to join us at halftime. We'll have some great stories of the days playing against the Kansas City Attack as a member of the Harrisburg Heat back in the 90s. Restart coming up here. Played across. Goal! It may have deflected off of the face of Dominic Francis. Time of the goal, 9:27 Just 13 seconds after the last one. Let's see how this hits or who this hits. Tavernisi, there goes Francis into the middle. It did. Boy, it just skidded right across the side of his face. Second goal for Francis. 15th of the season. And Tavernisi will get the assist. We're tied at 2. I know Dominic will take a goal any way he can get it, but I think that's like the 4th time he's gotten smacked in the schnoz at some point in this game. This one kicked out of play by the Heat. It'll be a kick in for Kansas City. 5:21 to go in the second. Comprehensive Financial Associates is the official financial planner of the Heat. With former and current players or clients, to contact CFA for your financials. Restart, top of the arc. Ball played to the left side and a shot just wide. There's a good opportunity there for Kansas City. People kind of flat-foot a little bit on that restart, and this time Hugo will grab on. He'll fire it up the middle of the field, but it's intercepted by Kansas City. Good job by Dirtle being ready for that. Sometimes I get Dirtle and Reagan mixed up out there. They got the blonde head on top and sometimes look alike on me. Here's Palmer on the far side. Playing the Rocky theme right now, even though we're not in Philadelphia. Van de Griff leaving it for Pino. Ball sent down the near side, headed by Van de Griff. Hugo's going to grab on. So Camino will bring it outside the yellow, and he gave it away. Second time now, he's grabbing on. No foul called, no whistle called. Kansas City didn't like it. Camino's having a hard time keeping that possession safe. Here's Neto. Long pass down by the bench as Kansas City was changing up. Hugo taking his time. They'll get it back in the neutral zone near side, playing it all the way down for Azianang. Gets past him, and Pino's back on it. And Neto will pick it up. Sent up the near side, Reggett. Back for Pino. Down along the far boards. KC will play it back into its own end. Pino again will bring it out. He'll dump it down on Hugo, who grabs on. Avila with 2:29 to go in the half. Tied at 2. Mike Da Silva, left wing, trying to maintain possession. KC able to clear it out, and Perry comes up with it for the Heat. Herstetter, center circle. Back for Hugo Silva. Hugo's going to push the offense up. Hugo had a goal last night. He ripped one from out front, ricocheted off of one of the Kansas City players into the net. Hugo getting pressured, taps it forward to Tavernisi. Right side, Camino. He'll pull the trigger just wide. That one also hit off of Da Silva. Still loose down the corner. Van de Griff trying to get it out. the Silva battling. Now Harris pokes it out front. Tavernisi's shot. It's deflected to the near side. And quickly brought back out and up the field by Kazim. They'll take it all the way down to the left wing boards against Francis. Francis wins it back. Hugo has to quickly distribute it back out of midfield. 1:10 to go in the half. Tied at 2. MASL will run down a bunch of stuff for you at halftime. And we'll get a few minutes to talk to Bill Betcher near the end of halftime, so don't miss that. Heat trying to get it out and finally does with Tavernisi, who gets knocked down. Kansas City comes back up. There's your lead. Foul against KC. The Heat want to reset the ball. We'll get a delay of game warning on Pino, who was holding the ball. Final now, Utica City over Chihuahua, 10-6. A lot different game than last night, that's for sure. So a split for Utica City against the top team in the MASL right now, so not a bad weekend for them. They also beat the Heat on Thursday, so taking 2 of 3. Still going to be happy with that. And I think doing it without Andrew Coughlin in net. Betcher gets fouled down that right side. We're going to restart coming up for the Heat with 38 seconds to go. He ran some youth tournaments here in Harrisburg at the Equine Arena this weekend. And a lot of youth teams here, some good crowds. Restart, Tavernisi off the boards. Loose into the corner. Harris battling, double team, goes down. Now KC comes away with it. All the way up to Hugo. 22 seconds. Hugo's going to chip it down into the corner again, trying to get it to Harris. He has a mild collision down there. Francis comes up with it. Francis, his shot blocked. 6 seconds. Double team. Francis trying to get free to the corner. Got pulled down. Right there on that left wing. Francis wanted more. He wanted a card against Andreas. He's not going to get it. But it will be a restart for the Heat with 3.8 seconds on the clock. A restart opportunity here. You can pull Hugo all the way up to the yellow line. They've got a Nang and Dos Santos out there with Harris and Tavernisi on the back post. Francis, he'll approach. He'll play it for the opposite side, but we're going to get the restart for Kansas City. Not sure if we had some grabbing and a foul against Harris down in the box or just too much time taken. But Neto will sling it one way, and that will do it. We've reached halftime. Good first half for both these teams. Our halftime score, Kansas City 2, Harrisburg 2. Halftime show coming up. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Wind 6 knots, runway 26 straight, right on.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
When we do, what are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at FremontMortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Shoot! He scores!
This is the MASL in 5. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. I'm here to get you caught up on everything that's gone down in the league over the past few days, and I've only got 5 minutes to do it. So let's go.
Jaime Romero y Eric Tobar. Va con Tobar. De derecha el disparo y el gol.
This was the home and home series everyone had been waiting for. Chihuahua and San Diego, the top two teams in the standings right now. The Savage continued their dominance at Corner Sport Arena, taking their home portion of the series 8-5 on Friday. Back in San Diego on Sunday, though, different story. Tavoy Morgan potted 2 for the Sockers. They won the return match 5-2. The surprise of the weekend, no question about it, came from the Texas-Milwaukee tilt. The Outlaws led by 2 with just over a minute left, but the Wave would complete a dramatic comeback. Ian Bennett tying it up with just 10 seconds left on the clock, but the Outlaws dug deep in overtime.
This touch there by Breno as Chavez coming forward, shot at a goal. David Stankovic scores for the Outlaws. They win it 7-6.
Texas head coach Eddie Puskarich, a happy man. That was just the Outlaws' second win of the season, and it came against the powerful Wave. Another dramatic finish came from the Baltimore Empire game. Jesus Pacheco tied it up at 3 apiece late in the game for the Blast. Cue the overtime heroics for Empire.
Back in overtime, it's Brian Orozco in a hurry. He fires it. Brian Orozco, upper left corner. Strikers win. Strikers win. Brian Orozco with the game winner. Uncle Franz, there you are again. Your upper corner where you keep the good stuff.
Great goal, great call. Harrisburg visited Tacoma for 2 games. These contests had huge playoff implications. Both teams needed the wins desperately. Ultimately, it was the Stars that got the points they needed. The Heat were competitive, but Tacoma triumphed 8-4 Friday, 8-7 Sunday. Kudos to Tacoma superstar Nick Pereira. After competing in the MASL All-Star Game in Utica last Wednesday, no break for Nick. He hurried back to Grit City and was instrumental in their 2 wins, racking up 3 goals and 1 assist. And another chapter was written in the Battle of Missouri. St. Louis gave Kansas City all they could handle last weekend. They even led 4-3 in the 4th quarter. Beautiful goal there by Carvalho, but it was all Comets from that point on. They ultimately pulled away for the 8-5 victory. St. Louis enters this weekend 3 points out of a playoff spot. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: in goal, Brian Orozco from Empire. Defensively, Cesar Cerda from San Diego. And on offense, Jorge Rios from Chihuahua. Let's start with Jorge's body of work. Huge weekend, 6 points, 3 goals, and 3 assists for the Chihuahua marksmen as they split those 2 games against the San Diego Sockers. And defensively, it was the soccer man himself, Cesar Cerda. Huge in those 2 games for San Diego. 15 blocks he racked up for the boys in blue. And in goal, it was Brian Orozco. Yeah, he made some big saves, but he also came up with one of the goals of the week, as you are about to see now in our MASL Plays of the Week.
Pino will shoot it into the corner for Reggett. Reggett bangs it off the glass, and then on the volley shot! Oh, Henry!
Here's Pereira bringing it down. Sends his own ball off the boards, and Souza goes airborne, answers back just moments later.
Chance for one more shot, maybe. Breno drives it in! Ian Bellot! Shot a goal! We're all tied at 6.
Kelvin in the attacking third, from his left to his right, and he scores a banger. 3-1 Team Kelvin, he's got 2.
Kill unit on the field for the Harrisburg Heat. Pereira settles. Pereira juggles. He turns. Volleys. Nick Pereira, you are magnificent.
This touch there by Breno as Chavez coming forward, shot at a goal. David Stankovic scores for the Outlaws. They win it.
For a one-timer, but here we are back in overtime. It's Brian Orozco in a hurry. He fires it. Brian Orozco, upper left corner. Strikers win. Strikers win. Brian Orozco with the game winner. Uncle Franz, there you are again. Your upper corner where you keep the good stuff.
And that is going to wrap things up for today. But just a reminder to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league all throughout the season. Be sure to check out the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Tied at 2, Kansas City and the Harrisburg Heat. John Wilsbach with you. We'll run down all the highlights in just a little bit. Always great to welcome to the broadcast booth and a broadcast partner of mine the last couple years, Bill Betcher, longtime Harrisburg Heat player and longtime coach in the outdoor league of the Harrisburg City Islanders. Welcome back to the broadcast booth.
Thanks, John. Always good to be back.
You played in the 90s with the original Harrisburg Heat. What great battles back then. It was a Kansas City attack, but there were some great battles here over those years, weren't there?
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City was one of the best teams in the league in the 90s. I mean, I'd put them in St. Louis and Cleveland were the 3 probably elite teams. I mean, I think we were right there, and we always were competitive with those teams, but Kansas City was loaded.
Yeah. Some of the players back then, Zorn, also Haynes, so many great guys.
Well, I mean, they had so many attacking weapons. Like you said, Brian Haynes, they had Wes Wade, they had John Perry, Kevin Ketters, Goran Hunyak.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had a lot of guys who could put the ball in the net, and then defensively they were sound. You know, they had the big, strong guys in the back, Kim Rutved, Jimmy Schwab, Ian Frazier, and then they were going to go with Warren Westcoat.
Yeah, Westcoat. And it always seemed like the Heat struggled at times against them, but when you went out there and got that win, it was a great feeling.
Yeah, they were a tough team to beat. I mean, it was one of the few teams that I think got the better of us over the years. But we got them once or twice, and along with St. Louis, it was a tough team to lose to.
One of my best friends, my high school teammate Jim Schwab played there. He always let me know when they got the better of us.
And Jimmy played with the Hershey Impact a little bit and went back out to Kansas City. They were the Comets then before they changed back to the Attack, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, he was with Hershey with Nicky for a little bit, and then he went back and played in Kansas City. He actually was the player coach there for a while. I think he won the championship as a player and then again as a player coach.
And you mentioned Nicky Nikolic, who was the head coach there for the Hershey Impact in the AISA before they became the NPSL, and played for the Comets and then coached here nearby in Hershey. Talking to Bill Betcher here at halftime. You've got a son playing out there. We talked about it last year. Jackson still getting into this indoor game, not getting a lot of playing time yet this year, but as a dad and someone who played so many games, what advice do you give him?
Yeah, just stay patient and just continue to work hard. I mean, he was playing a decent amount early. He picked up an injury and has fought to get himself back out there. It's good to see him out there tonight. And, I just said be confident, work hard, and do the little things right. And
you've got another son outdoor, out in St. Louis, your hometown.
Yeah, Ryan is his second year now with St. Louis City SC, the MLS. He's with their second team, and hopefully he does enough to work his way up. But he enjoyed it last year, had a good season, and looking forward to another good year.
You watch this Harrisburg Heat team tonight, and they keep battling back. They certainly struggled a little bit yesterday and on Thursday, but battled back a little last night. They're just so close, but just can't get over that plateau to get the wins.
Yeah, I've seen them the last 3 or 4 years now, and I think this is the best team they've had in the last 3 or 4 years. I like that they brought in some younger guys. They look a lot more energetic this year. They're working hard. And as you said, they've been in every game. It just seems like, a mistake here, a mistake there ends up costing them. Hopefully, tonight they can find a way to pull it out.
You were the head coach at the Harrisburg City Islanders outdoor. Danny DePrima, one of the players there, and then has played the last few seasons for the Harrisburg Heat, retired after last season. It's sad not to see him out there and being the captain and controlling some of the play out there, and what a great player he had been for you and here.
Yeah, I think Danny's the guy they definitely miss. He was good in the attacking end. He scored goals. He set goals up. But he defended hard. He got back. He worked. He was I'm sure he was a vocal leader with the group, but he was certainly a leader by example. And he was great for us for the Islanders. Came in as a rookie and scored a huge goal in the semifinals that put us in the final in 2014. So, a lot of good memories of Danny playing, and it was good to see him play here.
All right, well, always great having you in the broadcast booth for just a few minutes. Thanks so much for stopping by, and look forward to seeing you again somewhere down the road.
All right, thanks, John.
All right, Bill Betcher, longtime Harrisburg Heat player here in Harrisburg. It's 2-2. We'll come back for the second half. This is MASL Soccer on YouTube. Our score 2-2 at halftime. And all the scoring came in the second quarter. It started with Kansas City at 5:05. Ramirez there, getting it from Andreas. And Ramirez right down the slot, finishing it off on that giveaway. Made it 1-0. The Heat tie it up at 7:25. Dominic Francis comes up with a steal here. And Francis able to just a little toe poke over Neto. Made it 1-1, moved to 9:14. And it's going to be Van de Griff from Reggett. Ball deflected over, and a nice head ball goal there by Van de Griff, his fifth of the season. Then at 9:27, Dominic Francis again takes it off the face from Joey Tavernese, but hey, it counts as a goal. That's where you get your scoring. 2-2. Let's check out the other stats in this one. Kansas City 14 shots, Harrisburg 12 shots. 5 blocks for the Heat and 2 for Kansas City. We're underway here. In the second half, the Heat going from left to right as it's played back to Neto. Fans, don't forget you can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter or X. I still call it Twitter. I think most of you do too. And you can subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcast, MASL shows and highlights and more. Restart coming up here for Kansas City. Vicious shot there. Perry with the nice block. We'll pay the price with a sting. All played out to the left point. And out of midfield to Nacho. Van de Griff. We get the foul on the Heat of midfield. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more at MASLsoccer.com. Here's Reggett. Right wing, plays it toward the top. Good steal there by Harris, taken away from Dirtle. Van de Griff playing it back for Neto. Out the middle. Favilla. Mike Da Silva. He's got room. Right wing, shot it wide. All played to the near side, Van de Griff. Cleared back out. Just outside the yellow line. Lennis. Good to see Holloman out there again. From outside the yellow, Yuri sends it up and out of play. Out of town scoreboard final today. Utica City 10, Chihuahua 6. Baltimore soon to get started with Tacoma. Ball sent down on Hugo. It's an 8:05 start time, Eastern time in Tacoma. 5:05 out there for that blast game. Harrisburg and Baltimore will play down in Baltimore next week. And then here the following week. And Kansas City gets Utica at home next weekend. Pino sending it up the middle. Dos Santos on it. He runs into Pereira. Made it look good. Kind of bumped him and flew in the air and got more chuckles, I think, than sympathy from the officials. Adriano Dos Santos lending a lot of leadership to this Harrisburg Heat team. Didn't do it on a good flop there, though. Here's Favilla down the slot right on Neto. Down along the near side, Reggett. Hugo clears it out. Neto on the far side. We'll fire it down into the corner. Getting it to Reggett. Reggett looking for some help. Stops at the yellow, and Favilla helped out a little bit, and he's able to break out with Perry. He'll play it up. Here comes Favilla moving down. Left wing, Favilla pulls the trigger, saved by Neto. Still loose out front. Acosta comes up with it. He'll clear it back out. Up along the far boards, Ramirez. All the way back to Hugo. Hugo sends this one sailing out of play. 10:57 to go in the third, tied at 2. Restart coming up at the top of the arc for Kansas City. Hugo Silva. Playing his third game in 4 days. Restart coming up for Nacho. He'll play to the right side, and the shot by Reggett is blocked by Kerstetter. Francis tries coming up with it. Kerstetter will dump it all the way down for Yuri, but it goes out of play. So it'll be a restart for Kansas City. Outside it's yellow. Nacho getting a little pressure. Dirtle, Nacho, and now Neto with a superstructure. Hit the top of the ceiling. They'll restart center point of the yellow line. So the restart coming up. De Silva will step out of the way. Harris will come over, plays it over to Francis. He'll move, he'll shoot, it's blocked. Harris will run it down. He'll let it go then. Hugo will send it the other way. Headed back up the middle. Francis knocks it down, but again recovered again by Andreas. Andreas got room, steps in, center point, saved by Hugo. Comes back out to him again. This time he chips it up and out of play. They're still tied at 2. John Wilsbach with you. Here at the Equine Arena, the State Farm Show complex. Perry able to steal it away down the far boards and loses it. Get some help from Yuri, but gave it away to Palmer. He'll pass it to the near side. Dirtle moves in, shot wide. Cleared back out by Perry, sent back up the middle and intercepted by Favilla. Gets it along the near side to Jackson Betcher. He'll spin, working up along the near side, gets double teamed, able to keep possession. He'll play it back over to Gamino, and he'll get it back. Gamino all the way back for Hugo. He'll fire it down to the right side. Yuri gets free along the boards, but it rolls too fast, and Neto is able to scoop it up. Neto fires it down the near side. Marquez along the near boards. Looking for some give and go action, but intercepted in the back by Perry. Getting up forward to Silva. Trying to stay on that ball down the corner. Neto's able to poke it to the near side. Fired back the other way, and Hugo grabs on. Hugo fires it out of midfield. Long pass down. Here's Panton. Shot, save, Neto. Panton again trying to get to it, but it's knocked away. He'll get it back again now for Dos Santos. Center circle to Francis. Leading Anthony Wright down the left corner around the boards, and an easy grab for Neto. Long throw for him, trying to get it down for Reggett. He goes down, but that was on his own flop. And it'll be a free kick for the Harrisburg Heat. That's what Dominic Francis is arguing right now. .808 to go in the third restart heat. Malcolm Harris. He'll chip this one down for Ozzie Anang. Double teamed along the boards, gets it back for Kerstetter. All the way back to Hugo. Harris knocking it down for Anang, but it takes the hard bounce and out of play and will step out. 7:50 to go in the third, tied at 2, Harrisburg and Kansas City. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Now there's Scorch taking a breather. Harrisburg Heat offer camps and clinics year-round and train with the pros. Watch your game improve. They've got a youth clinic coming up prior to the game on March 27th. Go to harrisburgheat.com and sign up. Son or daughter, soccer players, great time to get them to a game and get a little youth clinic in at the same time on March 27th. Go to harrisburgheat.com. And don't forget, when you're at the game, stop by the merchandise booth near Section K. Get some of the latest Harrisburg Heat gear for yourself, for the kids. Save it for Christmas next year. Hugo keeping it away from Marquez. Favilla down along the near side for Harris. Favilla sending it in, sent back out. Favilla trying to send it in again. Sent back out, Marquez. Up along the far boards. Marquez, pass intercepted. Gamino on it, in the corner. Get some help from Hugo, knocking it back out. Shot down the slot wide. Camino will head it back to Hugo. Remember, the top 8 teams will make the playoffs. Top 8 of 12. Right now, Kansas City holding the number 3 spot. They'll move into number 2 with a win tonight. The Heat will still be in 11th, but at least trying to claw their way out from near the bottom. There's a shot wide. Ball comes back out of midfield. Acosta sends it over. That comes all the way back to Holloman. Near side goes off of Vandegrift and Gamino, and it'll be a kick in for KC. Dirtle on the near side, sending it down for Raggett. KC comes up with it again at midfield. 70 close games this season for the Heat. 71's unable to hold it down the stretch. Can they do it tonight? They're battling tough right now. They've got this tied at 2. Mike De Silva comes up with it. Plays it back for Yuri. Hugo. Yuri. Now Anang sends it around the glass, but nobody there in the middle waiting for it. This is a tough Kansas City defense, especially on the penalty killing. They have been amazing this season, only allowing 1 of 12 power plays. Look out, breaking down the left side, and a shot and a score for Michael Lennis. Closest guy was Dos Santos, who was covering someone else on the opposite side, and Lennis just breaks out and gives Kansas City the lead. Great pass. He was able to get by Favilla. Turn on the burners. Time of the goal, 10 minutes and 1 second. So Lennis, fourth goal of the season, makes it 3-2. And I failed to see who cleared that out of the back and got it out there in the middle for Lennis. Check the official scoring. But such a quick clear and such a quick run by Lennis on that. And he was just burning up the middle of the field. Yeah, they have not given the... Okay, our director is saying it was Pino. So it was Pino on the back line. Three to 2, Kansas City. Sometimes you can't always trust the official scorekeepers. They sit down in front of us about 50 feet. We have no communication with them. KC with the ball again. They lead it by 1. He don't want to let this thing get out of hand. Get back in it, tie it back up. Here's Reggett against Kerstetter around the board, scooped up by Hugo. Here's Panton, midfield. Nacho plays it to the near side. Three to 2 is our score here late in the third quarter. Still a lot of game left. Ball taken over on the far side and around the boards. And also by Kazim, but couldn't break it out. Now Marquez. Kick save by Hugo on Palmer. Panton trying to keep possession. Favilla comes up with it. Now Perry and Kerstetter. Long pass over to Dominic Francis. He'll play it down for the right side, trying to get it to Tavernese. He gets busted up, and Anang is on it. Out for Harris. Camino at center circle, near side Harris. Here's Joey Tavernese. He knocks it off the glass, but that one bounces out behind Anang. Brought back out of midfield. Good ball handling there by Acosta. Nacho getting it off the boards, but it goes back to Camino. Hugo's going to push all the way up to midfield. Camino's going to run with it down a little bit to the front half, and now Hugo. He wants everyone moving forward. We saw this last night. He's going to rip one from midfield up and out of play. No time to panic yet. Still got a lot of game left. 1:45 to go in the third. Neto. He'll fire it up the near side. Lennis. Marquez, near side, Holloman. Van de Griff, now Acosta. He'll chip it far side, headed to the middle, and a shot just wide on that left side by Acosta. Kansas City trying to post up. Marquez using that big frame of his and the strength. Hugo has to come over trying to break it up, and Dos Santos steps in and clears it out. No one was getting it out until the veteran Dos Santos came in. We'll get the pushing foul in midfield against Mike Da Silva. Da Silva played defense on Thursday night, did a nice job of it too. Last night offense, but really didn't get many chances in the contest. He's due. Offensively, he's due. Lennis sending it up the middle. Far side, here comes Da Silva down the left. Looks to step in, oversteps, then settles it, has it poked away. Lennis brings it out, 2-on-1, quickly develops. Lennis oversteps it near the top of the arc, and then it's popped up and out of play by Dirtle. 23 seconds to go. Hugo to restart, he'll get it out to Kerstetter. One more run here in the quarter for the Heat. Trying to get it down to an ang. Favilla trying to get it, then Dirtle knocks it away. Sent back outside the yellow. Kerstetter going to try to run it down, keep it away from Van de Griff. Doesn't matter, it's going to take a high hop out of play with 4 seconds. So the restart for the Heat. Not going to get much of an opportunity here. And Hugo just lets it sit at midfield. We've played 3. Our score, Kansas City 3, Harrisburg 2, fourth quarter coming up. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Freedmont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Freedmont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases too. For more information, contact them at freedmontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com.
Well, the out-of-town scoreboard, Utica City defeated Chihuahua 10-6 today. Baltimore's playing in Tacoma later tonight. There is one game tomorrow in the MASL. It's Milwaukee at the Strikers. Milwaukee losing last night in San Diego. They'll make the few-hour drive out to Ontario, California to take on the Strikers tomorrow night. We'll watch that on MASL TV. Here it's 3-2 in favor of Kansas City. They have outshot the Heat 20-16. Harrisburg Heat, no scoring there in the third. 8 blocks for the Heat, 3 blocks for the Comets. As you can catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube, and CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Pastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. And don't forget about Under Review. If there's any calls you disagreed with the last few days of the Harrisburg Heat, well, you might just see it on Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. John Wilsbach with you here in Harrisburg. And the Harrisburg Heat trailing 3-2 as we get set to start this fourth quarter, and Harrisburg going right to left. 3 games in 4 days for the Heat. Let's see what they have left in the gas tank. This is where you lay it all out there. Hugo's going to move it all the way up in midfield. Dangerous, but last night was successful in getting some goals started. Quickly, KC comes the other way. They'll knock it off the boards to the left side, and it's busted up by Camino. Francis has it. He'll work down the middle, 1 against 3, but overlapping is Betcher. Shot by Francis, saved by Neto. Cleared back out of midfield. And back the other way comes Kazim. Busted up, picked up by Hugo. Hugo fires it up the far side. Favilla gets knocked down, but the Heat will get the call, even though they had possession. 3-2 our score. Wright sending it down for Da Silva. He gets a little bump off the play, and Pino able to protect it for his keeper. Sent up in midfield. Marquez working against Wright. One of the leading scorers in the league this season in goals and assists. Leon Marquez posting up left side. Working across the middle as it poked, gets it back, plays it out front. Shot by Nacho, saved by Hugo. That's a tough matchup for Anthony Wright, but did a nice job there staying on Marquez. Marquez has some great size and strength. This time it's going to be Dos Santos staying on him. Marquez comes over, restarts it, and Reggett sends one out deep. Reggett with 3 goals last night. Heat restart things. Hugo on it. All the way up for Favilla. Anang. All the way back Dos Santos. Perry sending it down the far boards. Favilla versus Dirtle. Cleared back out. Headed the other way by Perry. Now Holloman sends it up, trying to get it to Reggett. Reggett moves down into the corner against Dos Santos. Dirtle on it. Marquez back out there again, but stolen away by Dos Santos. Doesn't have the speed to get past Holloman. Plays it to Yuri, who oversteps, and KC gets it back on a missed opportunity. Marquez on it. Perry to intercept. Knocked down. Restart quickly for the Heat. Jackson Betcher. Left wing boards. Keeping possession, leaning back. Plays it back out for Kerstetter. Far side Francis. To the middle is Harris. Francis sending it up the middle. Panton gets free right side. Saved by Neto. Nice move by Panton as one player goes right into the Heat bench. That was Kerstetter. Someone let that door unlocked, and there's a shot and a save by Hugo. Stopping that one on Kazim. So the corner kick coming up here for the Comets. They'll play it on the left side, and Hugo makes that stop. Guarding nicely along the post. KC again with it. Ball cleared back out by the Heat. De Silva sending it up the middle, but it goes right to Reggett. Marquez again at the top. His pass poked by Kerstetter. Over to the right side, Nacho fakes, move, shot blocked by his own man. Loose down near the box. Mike De Silva calmly will clear it back out. Here's Kerstetter again, bringing it out. Panton can't maintain possession. Acosta will get it back out. 10:22 to go in the fourth. 1 goal lead for Kansas City. Nacho dumping it down. Mike De Silva back. KC still able to get the feet on it. To the near side it goes. A little battle along the boards. Nacho sending it down for the far corner. Has it headed out. Mike De Silva comes up with it. He gets pulled down by Dirtle. It'll be a foul against KC. Restart for Kerstetter. Ball sent up the middle. Right. Far side for Villa. Back to the keeper. Hugo. Tavernisi for Villa. Near side is right. Down for an Ang. Ang sends it back for Favilla. Ball sent down around the boards. Neto will grab it. Kansas City hosting Utica City on Saturday, March 1st. Down for Marquez trying to get on it. First hitter on him, shot great, save there by Hugo. He trying to get it out there, fouled, free kick. This Kansas City team will be at Milwaukee on Sunday, March 2nd then. Doesn't get much easier. Following week, Kansas City is at Chihuahua. And they get San Diego. Some tough games coming up down the stretch. Tacoma a couple times, Utica again, the Blast. Right now holding a good position in the standings as ball knocks out of play. The Heat also have their hands full. Couple coming up against Baltimore. And Baltimore's been hot lately. Here's Uri knocking it to the near side. Betcher with it. He's double teamed at the midfield. Reggett trying to get to it. He'll tap it back to Perry. De Silva will send it back. Perry will send it forward. Intercepted. Perry comes up, steals it away again. Here come the Heat. Oh, it's knocked back out of midfield. Amino back on it quickly. Good job there because it would have been a 3-on-1. In moves the Heat. Perry taking it deep to the corner, but Neto comes over. Now De Silva with it. Called for the foul. So the restart for the Comets. Heat still have, I told you, Baltimore a couple times in a row. They got Utica City a couple more times, and they get the Baltimore Blast on a Thursday night game, and then they get Chihuahua to end the season 2 times. It will not be easy to claw their way back into the playoffs as we get the foul called against the Heat. Camino got an injured player at the other end of the floor. Was that Marquez? I don't believe so. I guess it was. A little slow at getting up. And since it's the middle of the quarter, everyone's stepping out. 7:15 to go. 3-2 Kansas City leading Harrisburg. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell?
Yes! The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Wait, 6 miles, runway 26 right, right on.
There's Dos Santos for the Heat and Hugo. Dos Santos, longtime player with the Baltimore Blast. Trying to add some senior leadership to this Heat team, veteran leadership. They need to shut down that back and get some goals at the other end. Here's Reggett with Dos Santos on his back. Reggett leaves it. Ramirez off the boards, loose. Left side, Lennis blocked. Restart coming up left side. Nacho will leave it, and a shot by Reggett takes off on him. The Heat quickly restarting. Favilla. Back for Wright. Hugo fires up the middle. Favilla lets it go. Casey comes up with it. All played back in midfield for Holloman. Vandegrift. They'll get it back from Dirtle. Sends it up the middle. Reggett and Dos Santos battle there, but it goes to Uri. Uri at the top has a chance, moves to the right, and then it's poked up and out of play. I don't think Anthony Wright was expecting that one, but you've got to be a little bit faster on their shot selection, decision making, and taking that. You get around that arc or that wing, you've got to put it at the net. They'll get it down for Reggett down that left side. He one-times it right at the net. That's a key for a lot of players. Don't waste time trying to hold it or dribble or make something happen. If you're in that firing squad area, just rip one. Sometimes the odds pay off a little bit more. There's a long pass down. Francis with it. Right wing tries the heel pass. That gets blocked. Comes back out of midfield. Kerstetter, good hustle coming up with it, but double teamed along the boards. One back by Dirtle. Neto setting it up. Here's a pass by Reggett down the left side. Save by Hugo. Betcher will send it back to Hugo. He'll bring it up the field. Then he'll dump it down to the left corner and takes the hard bounce and goes out of play. 5:33 to go in the fourth. 3-2. The Harrisburg Heat are at Baltimore next Sunday, and then back home Saturday, March the 8th with the Blast. And Sunday, March the 9th with Utica City. Heat fans, come on out and support your team. Tickets at HarrisburgHeat.com. Bring one of your teams, youth groups, whatever. Parade of Champions, maybe a locker room visit. You can do it. Just email Kevin Ely, Kevin at HarrisburgHeat.com. That's Kevin at HarrisburgHeat.com. The Heat are going to talk about things. It's a great opportunity for you to get your group out here and even put them in the Parade of Champions. Maybe the kids will love it. They'll remember it forever. Nothing cooler than being a kid getting to go in a professional sports team locker room with the team there and meet them and have some good fun at the game. Well, it's 3-2 Kansas City. Harrisburg Heat's only goals coming from Dominic Francis. Ramirez, Vandegrift, and Lennis with goals for KC. 10:01 of the third. Lennis giving the Comets the lead. They get Utica City next week. Don't forget you can check out all the action from all the other games on MASL TV. Want to see you here at the Equine Arena at the Farmshow Complex. And support your Heat. Harrisburg waiting to restart as Kansas City still in the huddle. We'll just show you the boring field there of the guys just standing around waiting for Kansas City to come out of the huddle. So Neto will get in position. De Silva will put Harris and Anang to his left. He'll step out of the way. Harris will go over to Francis and he'll chip it up and out of play. Dominic Francis, 2 goals in this game. He can use a third right now to tie it up. Francis with a header. Now it's right, over to Francis. They'll send it down, trying to get it to Tavernisi. De Silva comes up with it. Moves at the midfield. Reagan gets wiped out by Tavernisi. Now it's Francis trying to get it. Now Reagan has it. Long pass up the middle, intercepted by Dos Santos. Gets it to Wright. Along the near side, Lennis. Acosta. Lennis back at center circle. Kansas City working some clock. They lead it by 1. Good possession. They'll hold it, play it down to the right side. Reagan knocks it off the boards, picked up by Hugo. Hugo sends it up the middle. Favilla on it. He's got Nacho on his back. He'll spin out of that traffic, sending it down to the left side. It's going to be Yuri. Spin move. He's double teamed along the boards. Still trying to get free, and we're going to get the foul whistled against KC. Free kick for the Heat. They'll change up some bodies. It's going to be Anang, Harris, De Silva, Tavernisi, and Francis back out there again. That's a potent unit. Can they get one in here? Ball played out front. Francis. Shot blocked by Vandegrift. Hugo. Near side, Francis. Far side, Harris. Down for Anang. He's bumped off the ball. Nothing called. Cleared back out. Vandegrift has it. And we're going to get the red flag thrown by Pat Healy. Pat thinks that bump on Anang warrants a foul or a penalty. And a good time to throw it anyhow, because KC was looking to break out from that. So we'll take another look at it here. Video review of the play down into the corner. So let's take a look at this. Francis sends it over to the far side. There's Anang. A little push out by Pino. Kind of clipped in on, did he get him on the ankle as well? Let's see that again. So Harris down to Anang right there. Didn't look like he got all ball, used a shove as well. Foul, penalty, or nothing? Let's see what the officials think after watching it. Pino really seemed like he outstretched those hands on it. And the officials say no. They didn't think it was anything. Thought it was just good physical play, and they're going to let things go. I saw that push off there. See that arm extended by Pino, and I would have thought you'd get at least a foul called your way there. But the Heat are not going to luck out with that. A little disappointing, but the MASL, once that video review is done, well, move on. Not going to get the call. You've got 3:43 left to do something about it. Just got to make sure those calls go the same way. If the Heat get physical the same way, you can't call it against Harrisburg. Nacho, near side. Nacho back there with Pino. Heat trying to push up, keep the pressure on. On the near side, Lennis. On to the far side. Reggett to the top. Lennis. Loose left side, shot score. Just sitting down there on that left side was Acosta, waiting for it. And he scores at 12:06 of the fourth. The Heat were trying to cheat up. They're trying to make something happen. That leaves your back a little bit more exposed. And Acosta gets it from Lennis. And it's 4-2 Kansas City. 8th of the season for Acosta. Ball sent out a play by Hugo. 2:44 to go. 4-2 is our score. Kansas City looking to win its 7th straight, and the Heat could possibly be losing its 8th straight. Unless they get a miracle comeback here. If St. Louis could do it a month ago, maybe the Heat can do one now. Pat Healy on the bench talking to Zach Perry. Ball sent down on Hugo, he'll grab on. Sends it down for De Silva. Now Harris. Hugo's going to come all the way up in midfield, saying, let's go, guys, move forward. Yuri, back for Harris. In the corner, De Silva can't possess, but it's kicked out. It'll be a restart for the Heat, right at the top of the arc. Pino came over and got the foot on it, but knocked it out. They've got to hit one here. Restart opportunity for Harrisburg. Now they're going to talk about it. We'll step out. 2:08 to play. 4-2 Kansas City. This is MASL Soccer on YouTube. Get up. Now there's the Heat. Head coach Pat Healy, longtime Baltimore Blast player, defender, team captain, trying to put together some scoring here on this restart coming up for the Heat. They've been outshot 28-19 in this, but both teams have had their opportunities. Both keepers playing fairly well. But on the scoreboard, it's 4-2. And the Heat get a restart here at the top of the arc. With 2:08 to go, they've got to take advantage of this one. Earlier game, Utica City victorious 10-6 over Chihuahua. And Baltimore is at Tacoma later tonight. So the Heat are going to keep Hugo out there. They'll go with Da Silva, Tavernisi, Anang, Francis, and Harris. So tough getting it past the big man Neto. Here's Francis with a blast, and it's blocked, and we're going to get an encroachment warning. Kansas City moved too early up front, and that's what the argument is. You have got to stay planted. You cannot approach those restarts before that ball is touched. And someone obviously did. So they'll set up another three-man wall. And the Heat will get another chance. This time it's Tavernisi. Left side of Nang gets deflected high in the air and over the glass. It'll be a corner kick for the Heat. So another corner kick coming up here. Tavernisi from the corner as Da Silva and Anang out front. Along with Francis. Tavernisi plays it toward the middle, comes out to Francis. His shot gets blocked by Vandegrift. He'll clear it back out at midfield to Nacho. Anang hustles, wins it, gets yanked by Nacho. Free kick for the Heat. So the restart here for Dominic Francis. He'll play it over to Hugo. Now it's Harris. Along the boards, Tavernisi. Hugo brings it towards the yellow. Francis, right wing. His pass comes out to Harris. He'll blast it. Blocked by Holloman, and then Hugo puts one up and out of play. 1:37 to go. In the fourth, 4-2. Kansas City. Neto called a timeout just as Tavernisi was about to steal it. Official was just a little slow on his whistle. And it's 4-2 with 1:33 to go. So we remind you the Harrisburg Heat home in a couple weeks against the Baltimore Blast. Always a great battle there. You can watch this one right here. Let's see. Calls the timeout. Then Tavernisi comes in. He said, well, he took his foot off the ball, but he did have it back on when he called that timeout. Utica City next weekend. They are at Kansas City. You Comets fans can get your tickets for that game too. Comets have outshot Harrisburg 28-22 in this one. Can they hold on? Get the weekend sweep of the Heat. Harrisburg just struggling to get that needed offense. In some cases, just that one goal in some of these games. Neto to restart things. He'll toss this one high in the air, trying to get it up to Reggett. Tavernese slips down going for it. Now De Silva trying to maintain possession. Hugo near side, Kerstetter along the near boards, Tavernese. He gets wiped out of midfield. It'll be just a foul. So they'll restart along the near side. They'll start it with Harris. Harris trying to get it to the far side to Francis. Hugo has to come over and blast it up into the ceiling, out of play. That clears out a little dust on that far side. They've got a dirt floor here, and it gets dirty at times. So it's good to slam the rafters a few times. Here's Pino down the side. Now Reggett. He'll shoot it down the slot. Kick save there by Hugo. 42 seconds to go. Francis back on it. The Heat down by 2. Need some quick goals. Kerstetter down for Harris. Kerstetter, now Harris. No time to pass, you've got to shoot. Kerstetter's pass is intercepted. Cleared all the way by Nacho down to the corner. De Silva gets there and then kicks that one up and out. It'll be a corner kick coming up for Kansas City with 8 seconds to go. Either a corner kick or a kick at the top of the arc. I think that's what they're going to call it. Officials are talking about where to place the restart. Yep, going to go back to the corner. That's what I thought. 4-2. Kansas City in control. They can just maintain it here, and they will win once again. Invite you to stick around for the post-game show. We'll show you the highlights. This one chipped out front. Francis has it. He'll play it all the way up to Tavernese as that busted up by Ramirez, and that is the game. Comets now with 7 straight wins in the Heat with 8 straight losses. Final score, Kansas City 4, Harrisburg 2. Come back with a post-game wrap-up. This is MASL TV on YouTube.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on-field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell?
Yes! The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
This Harrisburg Heat crowd leaves disappointed. Kansas City goes on the road and wins 2 here in Harrisburg, 4-2. Our final. Let's run down the scoring for you in this one. There was none whatsoever in that first quarter, but in the second at 5:05, Ramirez from Reyes moves down that left side, able to get it off the boards to him and finish it off. And Ramirez's fourth makes it 1-0. Then at 7:25, the Heat tie it up with Dominic Francis, able to intercept. Just a nice little toe poke over. Makes it a 1-1 game. Then a 9:14. Here comes Vandegrift. He'll get it on that right side with a header. Finish it off. Makes it 2-1. Reggett got the assist. But it's Dominic Francis again at 9:27. Took that one right off the face. And Tavernisi shot it. Tied it at 2. Moved to the third. And at 10:01, it's going to be Lennis from Pino. Good breakout here. And Lennis brings it down and finishes it off for his fourth of the season. Then at 12:06 of the fourth, really a big one here for Acosta. This will be from the left side, his eighth, top shelf. And it's 4-2, and that's the scoring in this. KC outshot Harrisburg 29-22. Neto gets the victory. The loss goes to Hugo. With the victory, Kansas City moves up with points ahead of San Diego in the second place in the MASL. They are now 12-1-2. The Heat, on an 8-game losing streak, are now 2-13-1. But they'll try to break that next week in Baltimore. And then we're back home in 2 weeks against Baltimore. So go to HarrisburgHeat.com, get those tickets. Get your group in here and let's support the Harrisburg Heat. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. This is John Wilsbach. Thanks to the crew tonight, and thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you back here again real soon. Final score, Kansas City 4, Harrisburg 2. John Wilsbach thanking you for joining us on MASL TV on YouTube.